Welcome everybody to our TOME RPG news update for the month of December 2019. For this last update of the year, we'll be doing a full progress report for the Terrain of Magical Expertise's production throughout the entirety of 2019. In this, our second full year of production since our Kickstarter was funded, we've managed to complete a massive amount of content for the finished game. Let's go over some of the milestones we've accomplished in more detail. First and foremost, all of the player characters' special techniques are programmed, all enemies in the game have had their moves programmed, their AI integrated, and to pass that their statistics have been balanced. This means every single battle in the game is working and ready for testing. Next, all levels in the game have been fully constructed and outfitted with their enemy and item placements, along with their overworld cutscene choreography being roughly mapped out. We're continuing to determine what specific items are placed in each location, which is directly related to the statistical balance of the game's enemies, but a good majority of the actual content at each stage is complete. Regarding audio, the game's original soundtrack is currently about 80% complete, with only a few tracks remaining for the composers, along with some additional BGM for the fully animated cutscenes. We've also just started on the game's sound effects, which are currently about 12% complete. Finally, probably the biggest milestone of the year, all visual assets for the entire game are complete. This includes all character animations, environments, special effects, and yes, even the fully animated cutscenes are all complete. Anything left at this point includes minor tweaks or additional stuff. Which, speaking of, we've also got a handful of side quests that we're working on, including some mini-games that'll be involved in both the side quests and the main story of the game. They're still in development, so it's too soon to go into the details on them just yet, but we'll likely be covering them in our future update video starting next year in 2020. And on that note, longtime fans will know that, of course, 2020 is the year that all incarnations of the Tome story have taken place in. While we unfortunately still don't have a definitive release date at the moment, we're still aiming to have the game finished and hopefully released within the year 2020. There's a possibility that could change, and if delays are necessary to make the game as good as possible, we hope you'll understand if that happens. But don't fret, because we've got plenty of exciting things planned for the year. First of all, we'll be posting daily content on the game's official Twitter @TOME RPG. If you caught the recent animation stream that was being done at the beginning of December, you might have noticed that we now have a collection of almost 200 profile cards for all the characters in Tome that are considered players. Starting January 1st, the Tome RPG Twitter will be spotlighting a player each day, with a little blurb about their battle style to get you familiar with your eventual allies and rivals in the game. Keep a close eye on these, because you might even get a glimpse at some characters yet to be unveiled. In fact, something you'll be able to look forward to in every one of the monthly update videos starting next year is showcasing a new significant character every month. We won't give away too much info on them, as to not spoil the plot, but if you're familiar with the characters from the web series, you might be interested in seeing the new interpretations of certain recognizable faces in the RPG's continuity. In the past 2 years of our updates, starting on the Kickstarter page and eventually these monthly videos, we spotlighted some of the major guilds that our heroes from the Dandy Alliance will be facing off against throughout the Campaign of Champions, as well as some of the major NPCs in Tome's lore, the 4 Net Kings. There's a vast variety of adversaries that you and your party will encounter, but you didn't think we were going to end the last update of the year without something special, did you? There's 2 particular opponents who are acting as solo entrants, without a full team to back them up. But even alone, they're some of the toughest and feared players in all of Tome. They're known as the Karmic Blossom and the End-All Be-All. From all of us on the Terrain of Magical Expertise RPG development team, we wish you a happy new year and hope you'll continue on this journey with us into the year 2020. Take care.